Have you ever felt like the days are flying by, slipping through your fingers like grains of sand? Weeks disappear in a blur, blending into one another until they are indistinguishable. And before you know it, years have ended, leaving behind a trail of memories that seem both distant and immediate. Why does it seem like time is speeding up, accelerating as we grow older? Is it just in our heads, a trick of the mind, or is there something deeper happening with time itself? The relentless march of time, once a distant drumbeat in our youth, seems to crescendo as we age. Days melt into weeks, weeks evaporate into months, and years disappear like wisps of smoke, leaving us to wonder where all that time went. This acceleration of perceived time is a common human experience shared across cultures and generations. It is a phenomenon that has puzzled philosophers and scientists for centuries, prompting countless theories and studies. While the gears of time continue their steady rotation, unaffected by our perceptions, our experience of its passage is anything but constant. It ebbs and flows, influenced by our activities, emotions, and even our age. It is a fluid, subjective phenomenon, much like a river that changes its course and speed. This perception is influenced by a myriad of factors ranging from our emotional state to the very structure of our brains. When we are happy and engaged, time seems to fly. When we are bored or anxious, it drags. Our perception of time is not merely a matter of passively observing the ticking of the clock. It is an active process, a tapestry woven from our experiences, emotions, and the intricate workings of our minds. Each moment is a thread, each memory a pattern. Our brains, with their complex networks of neurons, play a crucial role in how we perceive time. They stitch together the fabric of our lives, creating a continuous narrative from the fragments of our experiences. So the next time you feel time slipping away, remember that it is not just the ticking of the clock you are hearing. It is the sound of your life being woven into a rich, intricate tapestry. Imagine, if you will, life a century ago. Picture a world where the hustle and bustle of modern life was but a distant dream. The world was a quieter place, governed by the rhythms of nature. The sun rising and setting dictated the flow of the day, and the seasons marked the passage of time. Days were long, filled with physical labor and simple pleasures. People worked with their hands, creating and cultivating, finding joy in the fruits of their labor. The pace of life was slower, more deliberate. There was time to savor moments, to connect with others, and to appreciate the world around them. Children played outdoors until dusk, their days stretching out before them like endless summers. They explored, imagined, and lived in a world of wonder and discovery. Adults worked the land, their lives measured by the changing seasons. Each season brought its own tasks and rewards, creating a rhythm that was both predictable and comforting. But as we transitioned from an agrarian society to an industrialized one, our relationship with time began to change. The introduction of machinery and factories altered the way we lived and worked. The invention of the clock, once a tool for measuring the heavens, became a ubiquitous presence, dictating the rhythm of our days. Time was no longer a gentle guide, but a strict taskmaster. The factory whistle replaced the rooster's crow as the signal to begin and end our work. The natural rhythms of life were overshadowed by the mechanical precision of industry. As the pace of life accelerated, so too did our perception of time. The once leisurely days became filled with tasks and deadlines, leaving little room for reflection. Days that once felt expansive now seemed to vanish in the blink of an eye. The relentless march of time became more apparent, and the years began to blur together. The endless summers of childhood gave way to the fleeting years of adulthood. Why does this happen? What causes our perception of time to shift so dramatically as we age? Why does time seem to slip through our fingers more quickly as we age? Is it the weight of responsibilities, the constant demands on our attention, or something more profound? The answers may lie in the very fabric of our consciousness, shaped by the experiences and memories that define our lives. Neuroscience offers some intriguing insights into this phenomenon. Our brains are incredibly complex organs, constantly processing vast amounts of information. They are always on the lookout for new and exciting stimuli, which can explain why we often feel more engaged and alive when encountering something novel. Our brains, it seems, are wired to pay more attention to novel experiences. This heightened attention is a survival mechanism, helping us learn and adapt to new environments. When we encounter something new, our brains release chemicals that enhance our focus and memory. When we are young, everything is new and exciting. Every day is filled with discoveries, from learning to walk and talk to exploring the world around us. This constant stream of new experiences keeps our brains in a state of high alert, ready to absorb and learn. The world is a vast and mysterious place, full of wonder and possibility. As children, we are naturally curious, always asking questions and seeking to understand the world. This sense of wonder drives us to explore and learn, creating rich and lasting memories. Our brains, eager to soak up all this new information, fire on all cylinders, creating vivid and lasting memories. These early experiences shape our understanding of the world and lay the foundation for our future learning. As we age, however, the world becomes more familiar. The novelty of our surroundings diminishes and we settle into routines. Our daily lives become predictable and the once exciting experiences become mundane. We have seen it all before. The routine sets in, the daily commute, the repetitive tasks at work, and the familiar faces all blend into a seamless pattern. This predictability, while comforting, can also make time seem to pass more quickly. Our brains, no longer bombarded with novelty, become more efficient, filtering out the mundane and focusing on the essential. This efficiency allows us to function effectively in our daily lives, but it also means that fewer new memories are formed. This efficiency, however, comes at a cost. With fewer novel experiences to mark the passage of time, the days begin to blur together. Weeks, months, and even years can seem to fly by, leaving us wondering where the time went. With fewer novel experiences to mark the passage of time, the days begin to blur together. The routine of daily life can make time seem to pass in a blur, with one day indistinguishable from the next. This can lead to a sense of monotony and a feeling that life is slipping away. Furthermore, the neurotransmitter dopamine, often associated with pleasure and reward, also plays a role in our perception of time. Dopamine is released in response to pleasurable activities, enhancing our focus and making the experience more memorable. When we experience something pleasurable, our brains release a surge of dopamine, which slows down our internal clock, making the experience seem to last longer. This is why time seems to fly when we're having fun, but slows down during moments of joy and excitement. Conversely, when we are bored or stressed, our dopamine levels drop, and time seems to speed up. The lack of stimulation and the stress of daily life can make time drag, making us feel like we are stuck in a never-ending cycle of monotony. In our modern digital age, this phenomenon is amplified exponentially. We are bombarded with information at an unprecedented rate. Smartphones, social media, and the 24-hour news cycle create a constant state of stimulation, fragmenting our attention and leaving us feeling overwhelmed. Research has shown that this constant exposure to digital stimulation can actually shrink our attention spans. A study by Microsoft found that the average human attention span has fallen from 12 seconds in the year 2000 to just 8 seconds in 2013, which is shorter than the attention span of a goldfish. This fragmentation of attention has a profound impact on our perception of time. When our minds are constantly flitting from one thing to another, we are unable to fully immerse ourselves in the present moment. The details of our experiences become blurred, and the days melt together into an indistinguishable mass. We are left with the unsettling feeling that time is slipping away from us.